Take the girl or the boy out of childhood, ritualistically and spiritually. You know, people used to use the word maiden. We don't have that word anymore. We go from girlhood into an increasingly corrupt sensibility that many of us as parents of daughters are increasingly concerned about. And then we just expect them to become women. So a bat mitzvah ceremony in the life of a girl, as a bar mitzvah ceremony in the life of a boy, or any ritual, of course. No religion has a monopoly on spiritual power. Any spiritual ritual in which we mark, in which we allow a sacred demarcation between childhood and adulthood to be met, not only by the parents, but by the child and by the community, exerts tremendous power. And like I said, I experienced this myself recently. My role as my daughter's mother was to do the opening prayers of the Sabbath, lighting the Sabbath candles with her on the bima with the cantor. And then when it was time to go to the ark and open it up so that my daughter could read the Torah, my mother and I walked with my daughter and the cantor up to the ark. He presented the Torah. When he got it out of the ark, the cantor presented the Torah to my mother to kiss and to embrace. And then he gave me the Torah. And I kissed it, and then I kissed my daughter, and I placed the Torah on her shoulders. And then I walked with her throughout the congregation, my daughter holding literally the Word of God on her shoulders. I went back to the bima with her. I, as her mother, said the opening prayers. My daughter then, having studied Hebrew and done so much studying for the previous 2 years, actually read before the whole congregation the Word of God in Hebrew. She led the congregation through an entire service. I, as her mother, had the honor of saying the closing prayers. Then I go back to my seat. The cantor takes the bat mitzvah, takes my daughter back with the Torah on her shoulders. Now, at this point, this is ritualistically so significant. She now carries the Torah out into the congregation, symbolizing carrying the Torah, or the Word of God, out into the world, and her mother could not go with her. The parents cannot make that final walk with the child out into the congregation because the power of the ritual, the power of the symbolism here, is that there is this public declaration graced by the hand of God that this is a child no longer. That at this point they go out into the world carrying the burden on their shoulders of the work and the Word of God, and their parents cannot go with them. She goes with the cantor. She carries the Torah out into the congregation. They go up into the ark. The cantor, along with my daughter, puts the Torah back into the ark, and the final act of the ceremony is that the cantor walks my daughter back to me in my seat, and he said these words, "You brought her here a girl. I return her to you a woman."